Welcome to all of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so wonderful to see you all at the 20th Newburyport Literary Festival. This is a great occasion and truly a treasured time. I'm Hank Philippi Ryan, the USA Today bestselling author of 15 going on 16 novels of suspense, and also investigative reporter for a Boston television station. But you know what links those things? It is all about storytelling. I remember long before I was ever an author, I went to my first literary festival, and I have to tell you, I was terrified. I knew not one person. I didn't even know why I was there, but I loved books, and I just wanted to be part of that world. And you know what I learned? Nobody is a stranger at a literary festival. You sit down by someone you don't know, and you realize that where you are is with a found family. The person next to you has been to Narnia too. The person next to you has been to Terabithia too. The person next to you has an opinion about Nancy Drew. I learned that at a literary festival, no one is a stranger because everyone loves to talk about books. When we were little kids, if we were lucky, someone put us on their lap and said, "Once upon a time." And weren't we transported to another world where the walls fell away and suddenly we were in Pooh Corner or in Camelot or someplace fantastic? My books are not fully formed until you read them. My books do not come to life until the movie in your mind begins to play. And that's what brings us together. Authors and readers, we are nothing without each other. And that is why I am so honored to be included in this and so delighted and so thrilled to welcome you to this 20th anniversary of the Newburyport Literary Festival.
My name is Charles Cole. I'm a poet, a memoirist, a fiction writer, but most of my energy at this point is spent on poetry. I just had my fifth book come out a few months ago, new and selected works, and so I'm very excited about that. It's just really great to see all the poets coming together from thither and yon to huddle up and bring poetry to the people, because we need poetry now more than ever. More than ever. I've been pleased to read in the festival several times, and every time I go, it's wonderful that it's such a welcoming environment. There's no cliquishness. There's no who gets to sit at the captain's table, who gets to have lunch with the cool kids. You can walk up to anybody and start a conversation after reading. You know, if you're buying a book or just chatting with one of the writers. I've always found people to be very welcoming and very warming. Those are some things that I really dig about the festival. And just being in Newburyport, it's such a beautiful place to wander around, to go down near the water, to eat some gelato. That's one of my little customs when I come down. I'll have a little dish of hazelnut gelato, and I'll say, "Now the festival has truly begun."
Hi, my name is Eric J. Dolan, and I write books on American history. I published 16 books, and I've been to the festival many times, mostly as a presenter, but also as an attendee. First, I want to congratulate the Newburyport Literary Festival on 20 wonderful years. My experience there has been phenomenal. From the people organizing the festival, who are very welcoming and supportive of the writers who come and speak, to the audiences who are always eager and interested and ask good questions, and occasionally buy some of our books, which is very appreciated, as any writer would tell you. And it's just wonderful to have this resource. And I look at it as a resource, an annual resource in our region, because the Newburyport Literary Festival affects not only your community, but many communities in the North Shore and beyond. I've been to other book festivals that are a little bit larger, and there's It's more like being in a city. The one thing I like about the Newburyport Literary Festival is that it's jam-packed, but it's manageable. It feels more like a small town event, which I guess is appropriate. Another great thing for me, being somebody who writes books on history, is that Newburyport is a community that has a phenomenal history. And in a few of my books, such as Rebels at Sea, about privateering in the American Revolution, I did talk about Newburyport to some extent, and I have mentioned Newburyport in other books that I've written. So it's always fun to come to a place that not only has a wonderful history, but also takes pride in that history.
I'm Elena Dillon, the author of Mercy House, The Happiest Girl in the World, and Eyes Turn Skyward, and a memoir, My Body is a Big Fat Temple. I moved to the North Shore of Massachusetts when I found out that there was this world-class festival within 20 minutes driving from where I live. And then arriving to it just blew my mind. I mean, the charm of the town is one thing, but it seems like the entire town is in on the festival. That's the feeling that's in the air for those couple days. And that was before I had become an author. I was an aspiring author at that point. As an author, I was first invited to the festival in 2020, and I was very excited to now have my first book and be part of this kind of living experience of readers and writers. But of course, it shut down because of COVID. So I was just so grateful, though, for the effort of the team that converted it to virtual so that my book came out in February and the festival was in April and everything shut down in March. And it was a great turnout. I had 100 readers at my first event, which I was so grateful for because all my other events had been canceled. So the fact that everyone had turned up for it and was so supportive, it was something that I'll always be grateful for. Everyone is, people are concerned about like the readers going away or with AI, and there's a lot of uncertainty. But what's special about books is that the author meets the reader and it becomes this kind of like collaboration where not everything is presented to you like it is in a television. Like the reader then gets to take part in finishing the artwork by like casting or like being a set designer or they are creating what they think this book should be in their minds. So it's only in this very specific art form genre that the creator and the receiver meet and have a partnership, and that meeting literally happens at the Newburyport Literary Festival, which is just such an exciting thing to have.